Hello, I'm Syeda Jafri for RUSD Bridge, and in today's episode, we are talking to Morris Elementary School Principal, Mrs. Karla Guzman, and our special guest, fourth grade student, Keiran Coussey. Hi, Keiran.
Hi.
You know what we're here for?
Yes.
Good. That's the first question that we got out of the way. I want to thank you for being on the show with us, and thank you, Principal Guzman.
Thank you for having us.
A huge accomplishment, California Green Ribbon Schools, the gold level, which is very, very prestigious, especially because very few districts have received this in San Bernardino County. The only school in Rialto Unified School District out of 29 schools, Georgia Floyd Morris Elementary School, got its gold. And I want to ask you first, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, we are excited. We've known for a bit now, and it became public on Earth Day. But we've been eagerly awaiting all the work that we've put into the past few years, especially this year. The last 2 years, it was a silver level, and we were doing a lot this year to really show what we're all about. And so when we heard the news, we jumped for joy. I called, Mr. Vasta, our awesome intervention teacher, and our support in this endeavor. I let all the teachers know we couldn't make it public quite yet, but it was really exciting.
And I realized that I believe in January 2020, just of this year, they had, embargo, California Department of Education, they have to follow some protocols and rules, which we have to adhere to as a school district. But it was so exciting on the campus because it was the first gold. And just to receive that, and I know that after the pandemic hit, because there were a lot of celebrations for the county and for the state, and also at our schools that we were planning, especially at Morris Elementary School. Yeah. What do you do when you're a principal? Do you have to just compartmentalize and say, okay, we've got to start talking about distance learning. We understand it's a major award, it's a state award. What's in your mind at that point?
Well, it's a success, and it's something that is important to have in the forefront. But yes, during this pandemic, the safety of our children is first. The health of our children is first. And we kind of brought back, that idea of what have we done to impact our learning through our green ribbon achievements, mm-hmm. and how do we tie that in with distance learning? So one of the things that obviously, instead of just letting the students know, the families, the communities know that we've achieved this status, mm-hmm. is just showing them how to tie in what they've done already, what they've learned already, into their homes, into the distance learning. We visited many websites. Mr. Vasta has some resources that he's placed in our website, and students are able to visit it. The teachers are able to visit it. We are in communication with a lot of our partners throughout our community. Like, I'm trying to remember one of our partners, Mr. Vasta, was...
And I think that's wonderful, and I don't mean to interject, but and I know that you have distance learning and a lot of things that are going on. And we will get back to yes. doing the celebration at one time. I know that when the Morris Elementary School earned its silver level, our state superintendent, Tony Thurman, came to Rialto and went to Rialto High School, went to Myler, went to Morris Elementary School, because there is a lot of environmental greatness going on yes. at many of our campuses. I want to talk to you real quickly and ask you, Keiran, what do you think about your school, number one, getting the California Green Ribbon Schools Award, as well as what does it mean for you when you're not at Morris Elementary School?
I think it's very cool that how we can do distance learning, but then at the same time, it makes our school more helpful to know that we can do the things that we do at school at home. Mm-hmm. But I actually prefer to go to school and hang out with my friends and stuff. Mm-hmm. and learn from my teacher, but distance learning is kind of fun too.
It is kind of fun, huh? Now, and I think it's very normal to miss your friends and miss your school and your atmosphere. What are some of the things that you miss? Because don't you guys have an outside classroom by the garden?
I miss planting in the garden. I miss my friends. I miss my teacher. And I miss the activities we do in class and stuff like that.
Who's your teacher?
Mrs. Birch.
And when you say you miss planting, what were some of the fruits or the vegetables that you planted? Do you remember?
It's not fruits or vegetables. We have plants, and then we have poles in our garden. Each side of the pole has a word of kindness, our generosity, our like, I like something that's nice.
Something that's nice. And did you plant any of that as well?
Yes, the whole class helped. We painted them. We all painted, everyone in the class painted a side of the pole.
Okay. And so you participated in that as well. So you missed the classroom atmosphere. But now, distance learning, let's go back to that. Was it kind of new for you? Did you think, how long is this going to go on? Like, what are you feeling about it?
It's kind of not that new because we kind of do stuff on our computers at school. So to know that we do everything on our computers at home, it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. What's the best part about it? And then what's the worst part about it?
The best part about it is probably like the time you get to choose, instead, when you're at school, you don't get to choose. Your teacher just tells you to do this. But when you're at home, you can choose at a specific time when you want to do it at.
Oh, so you like having the control. I love it. And what's the worst part?
The worst part is having to do the actual work because I'm lazy.
You did not just say that on television. Okay. So, obviously it's a lot of work, schoolwork, right? Like math, reading, writing. What's your favorite subject?
Math and science.
Oh, it is math and science. Excellent. Okay, we're going to come right back to you, Keiran. I like her honest answer. You ask a question, she's going to give you that answer. That's right. As a mom and at home as a principal, you're basically juggling tons of things. So what does your day start off as an elementary school principal, and you're doing distance learning in this pandemic? Take me through your day.
Well, I give, thanks to God that I'm here. That's my first thought is I'm healthy, my family's healthy. But the first thing I do is I really look at my phone, those emails and those messages from parents, from teachers, from my fellow colleagues, because one of the things that has worked for me as a principal is really that collaboration piece, especially through these trying times. But we do really help one another. So I look at those messages and I try to get back to especially our parents, because for them, this has been very difficult. We have many of our families that are not in tune with the technology itself and how to maneuver it. So I want to make sure that they have what they need. And what that means, it could look in a form of the actual Chromebook or an iPad or the internet. We have some families that just don't have that provider. But, Rialto has done such a great job in providing that for our families. So for me, it's kind of, I'm guiding them. All right, so let's, call this number. We're gonna, I'm gonna give you this information. This is who you have to contact, or come to the school. I'll be there at a certain time. You can pick up this or that. So just making sure that everyone has what they need, because my role is to really support and guide them through these trying times. And then just the teachers, we have meetings, virtual meetings. One of them, we have a staff meeting every Monday, 10 o'clock. All of our staff has actually signed on, and it's a different way of really, presenting information. But it's also exciting to see the teachers, to see our staff just doing their best, and trying their hardest and making sure that they're giving the students what they need.
Now, do you have children at home?
I actually, they're not babies anymore. They'll always be my babies. But I do have, my son is 19 years old, so he was finishing up a year in college, turned into a virtual classroom. And for him, it wasn't too difficult. And then I have my daughter. She actually is a teacher in Moreno Valley, a math teacher in Mountain View Middle School. And it was natural for her. I looked at her as a teacher, and I kind of thought of my own teachers and just, saw what she put in place. But, I have my family, which is nice. We're together and we're doing our work in at home. You know, we have more dinners together.
Yeah, there you go.
We talk a lot, and but it's time to. I can't wait to kind of
Go back to the normal.
Go back to the normal yes.
routine. Absolutely. Now, tell me about your career. How did you come up to the ranks of a principalship?
Well, you know, I started here in Rialto. I was a bilingual instructional assistant at Bemis Elementary, a wonderful school, and I had wonderful mentors throughout the years. I started teaching native learners in at Kelly Elementary, kindergarten, and I had, like I said, wonderful mentors. I taught every grade, K-5 in elementary, and I just loved. Education was always a passion for me, you know, starting from when I was a kid. I had wonderful teachers growing up. Mrs. Copeland, my 5th and 6th grade teacher that I always mention. She's someone that really I looked up to my whole life, and I wish I could find her and thank her for giving me this passion and
use
bring
Google.
this out of me.
The same
Use
thing
Google,
you're telling
right?
everybody
Yes,
else.
I know, Mrs. Copeland, but I grew up in Los Angeles,
Right,
and
right.
so you know, I've lost that connection.
Right.
But yes, I continued, and I had you know, Robin MacGyver Brown that really mentored me the most. She was the principal at Kelly at that time, and you know, said, Karla, you know, you have it. You know, you're a natural leader. You know, keep going. I got my master's, and you know, and I just, you know, I wanted to help. I wanted to support. I wanted to guide. I wanted to make sure that I was here for the community and give them and offer my assistance in any way, shape, or
And
form.
before you were at Morris, where were you as an assistant principal?
I was an assistant principal for 4 years at Curtis Elementary. A wonderful school with Vince Rollins as a principal, and now Owen Ross. Great mentors as well. You know, there was great achievements at Curtis Elementary. Together as a team, we brought the school up, and a lot of the ideas and strategies I brought over with me to Morris Elementary. And this year, I was so excited and very humbled to be able to be the principal of Morris Elementary, because you know, I'm there to support them, and we've seen some great things happening, and I can't wait for the future of Morris, because I already see a lot of shining moments, starting with this Green Ribbon School gold level award that I'm really excited about.
Thank you. I'm going to come right back to you, Mrs. Guzman. But young lady, Keiran, how old are you?
I'm 9.5.
You're 9.5. Get that straight, because that's very, very good. I love the meticulousness of that. So at 9.5, you plan on going to middle school,
Yes.
right? Okay. And then after that, you're going to go to high school, hopefully college is in your future. Wonderful. Who's your mom and dad?
My mom.
Her name?
My mom's name is Chantel. She's a nurse. My dad is Russell. He fixes cars, and he's kind of like an engineer.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, and what's his name?
Russell.
Russell. I'm sure you don't call him Russell, though. You call him Dad, right? Yeah. Smart girl. And how many siblings? Do you have any siblings at home, or?
I have a lot of half siblings, but I have two of them that live with me. I have a younger sister, which she lives with me full time. She
lives with you full time.
Yeah, and then I have my older sister. She comes over the weekends or sometimes the week to help my mom out. She's 17. She's about to go to college.
Ooh, excellent. What does Keiran want to be when she grows up?
I want to be a lawyer.
You want to be a lawyer? Wow. And why did you pick that career? Was it something that you knew about from the beginning? I'm sorry, I'm interrupting you. Go ahead.
No, it's because I want to help people get justice, because some people go to jail for things that they don't do. So I want to help people get their justice.
You do. And make good money at it too, right? Don't forget your cut. Now, also, you're talking so maturely, and I really appreciate that. And I know a lot of that we credit to the school system, but a lot of it is also your home life. And it seems as if you have a good head on your shoulders. After distance learning, because I know sometimes schoolwork can be tedious, do you hang out with your parents? What do you do? Do you play video games? Do you hang out with your siblings? What do you do for fun? What does Keiran do?
What I do for fun?
For fun.
Is sometimes I watch my TV, but my favorite thing to watch on TV, I'm usually in my room or on my tablet watching Netflix, or I love anime. So I like to watch like animated things. Yeah.
What do you watch on Netflix?
I watch my
This
favorite.
could be a very loaded question, and we might need to cut
Yes,
this.
that's what
So,
Netflix and
I
chill.
watch 2 things on Netflix.
Okay.
My favorite show. There was the first show that I watched that was anime. It's Naruto, and I like
Oh,
that.
good.
I really like that show.
okay,
And then the second show I watch is called The Host Club. I like that one too.
good. So you're a very balanced young lady. You take some time for Netflix. You take some time to play on your tablet, and then you do distance learning. Would you consider yourself like a A student, B student, C student? What do you see?
Kind of in the middle, like A, B's, and C's.
Mm-hmm. But nothing lower than a C, right?
No,
No. Mom and Dad will get mad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
especially my mom.
Especially your mom. So who's the one that really breaks it down? Who's the disciplinarian in the house?
My mom.
Your mom?
My
Is-
dad's the nice one.
I'm going to be so in trouble
My
after
dad-
this show. Yes.
My dad and my sister are the ones who are nice. My mom.
She's strict. She's the nice one too. She's just strict, right? You need one like that, right? You need, I mean, deep down inside. And who helped pick your clothes out today?
My mom.
Your mom, the strict one, right? She was obviously doing something right because you look absolutely stunning. Have you ever heard of Diana Ross? Yeah? Just tell your mom you were just looking like the A. You have your A game on today. So I appreciate that. I'll be right with you, Keiran. So, Principal Guzman, get me out of this real quick because she is a little diva and I love her. For you, talk to me a little bit about Morris Elementary School. Of course, this year, a huge accomplishment thanks to the teaching staff, classified staff, administration's help, and district. Obviously, the whole umbrella it takes to get a gold level for Georgia Floyd Morris Elementary School for California Green Ribbon Schools. How does that just happen? It doesn't happen overnight. Who helped with the application process? Where did it go from there? What were some of the key criteria that they were looking at?
Well, coming into a site that had some things already established.
Wonderful.
I mentioned before the school had won a silver level status for the last 2 years. Mr. Vasta, our wonderful support strategist, was really the person that I looked towards to kind of shed some light on what Green Ribbon Schools even means. Morris Elementary is not only a Green Ribbon School, but it's also a dual immersion school, which means, we have 2 languages going on throughout our school as well. So I had to figure out, okay, what can I do to make sure that not only am I learning this, but I'm also bringing something to the school. So I really researched. I researched a lot. I looked into what the school already had. I looked at the application. There are 3 pillars that we have to kind of, it's our guide. It's our guidebook. And I looked at what the school had in place, what wasn't working so well, by talking to parents, taking a look at our students, looking at data, looking at the achievement status. Morris Elementary did grow in state testing in language arts and math from the previous year from year to year. We were hoping to see what we can do this year because I know that there was going to be an increase. But I took a look at the curriculum and talked to the teachers. What is it that they needed to move on to that next level? And what I mean by next level is, yes, we can plant a garden, we can learn from it, but what else? How can we impact our learning? Bringing in that environmental piece through our literature, through our math, through our science, tying in and integrating all of that, bringing in new programs like our Cafeteria Rangers that has been fantastic, that has reduced environmental impacts, and that's
and it's heavy, not to cut you off, but nutrition services, our grounds department, our transportation, our educational services with Dr. D'Souza, Juanita Chan, working in that science department. It brings it all together. So I do want to segue back to you real quickly, Keiran. So you mentioned Cafeteria Rangers. Tell me, Keiran, what is a Cafeteria Rangers?
There's cafeteria rangers for each grade, and for example, for 4th grade, there's one week there's a class. There's a bunch of trash cans that we separate all our stuff into.
Okay.
And so there's a yellow trash can, there's a gray trash can, and there's a blue trash can.
Okay. What are each of the trash cans? What are they about? Like, what does it mean to have each of those?
Miss Guzman, why don't you help me out with
Oh,
that?
yes. And I love going in that cafeteria and seeing you guys all sorting.
I like that. She just said, "Let me help me out with that."
I
So
sure will.
What is it? What is the blue, yellow?
Well,
gray,
each trash, we sort the trash. The kids sort the trash. And
Okay.
the gray one is for the trash itself.
Okay.
The yellow one is for food items that will be composting. And then the blue one is for recyclables.
Oh, okay.
And so that alone, let's see if Keiran can remember. We've reduced a lot of waste. Do you remember how many trash bags? We went from 20 to 25 trash bags
A day.
To now how many?
To like 4 or 2.
Four
two
and
to
two?
four a day,
Oh,
yeah.
2 to 4 a day from 25?
Yeah.
That's huge. And I know you don't like math, but you still understand the math for that, right?
I said it was my favorite subject.
Oh, I'm sorry. So what is it that you didn't like? You just didn't like distance learning?
The work.
So, okay, hold on. We're going to pick up. We're good. So you do like math.
I like math and science.
Okay, what didn't you like then, you told me?
The thing that I don't like is social studies.
Oh, social studies. I'm going to get you into social studies. Social studies, so much
Because
fun.
Because it's a lot of complicated words and stuff like that. But I like art too.
Oh, you do like art. Okay. So you're going to be a very artistic attorney.
I'm very creative.
You are- Uh-huh.
My room has like a bunch of patterns. My bed is like a bunch of different colors, and then I have like a little arts and crafts station because I like to do arts and crafts day to day.
So who bought you all that? The strict one or the fun one? Mom or dad?
Both.
Both? You know how to work it. That's good. Thank you, Keiran. Mrs. Guzman, final thoughts on just if I have a child and God gifts me a beautiful child like this, and I'm a parent in Rialto Unified School District, and I want my child to go to an elementary school, why would it be Morris Elementary?
You know, Morris is a place that everyone would love to go. It is a school of positivity. You walk onto our campus and you feel at home. And that was my goal from the moment I stepped into the campus, is that I wanted that feeling of if a parent comes in, if a director, the superintendent, a student, whoever it may be, they are welcomed with open arms. We have high expectations for our students. We have a lot of fun moments too. We had a father-daughter dance. We had fantastic events happening throughout the year. We're also a dual immersion school where, you know, that alone, the program in itself, our teachers are fantastic. But our dual immersion program has also brought a lot of achievements and successes to our school as well. Morris Elementary is a great place. We are a family. We work together. You know, just achieving this status of gold level, it was not me alone. There's no way I could ever do this alone. It is our teachers, it is our beautiful students, our wonderful students, our parents, our community, and together we do it together. And it's a happy place. It's a happy place, and I can't wait to continue on this journey that we're taking together.
Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Guzman, for being here. I appreciate it. And wonderful, awesome staff. And good luck in the next school year, because I know it's challenging, but through challenges comes opportunity. And I want to thank you, Keiran, for joining us, Ms. Coussey, my future attorney. Would you like to end the show by looking at the camera right there and say, give him your name, please, and then tell him until next time on RUSD Bridge?
I'm Keiran Coussey, and see you next time on RUSD Bridge.